I'm Mike Montecalvo. In our latest 12 on 12 digital original, we're going to spend 12 hours with the new superintendent of schools in the city of Providence, Dr. Javier Montañez, to get his vision for the city. It's 6:30 in the morning. Let's go. We're here at West Broadway Middle School to meet the superintendent. Superintendent, how are you? Mike Montecalvo. How are you liking your job so far?
Jordy, you want to come and say hi? Hey, Chief, how's everything? You don't like the camera? No le gusta? Medio? Some people decide which career they want. I think the career chose me. ¿Cómo está? Good morning. The love that I have for my children. Failing means when you stop trying. For our kids, muy bien, do the best you can and continue doing the best you can. Our community, keep in mind that Providence made me. All the learning that you're using now, how do you use it for the future? If I'm holding all the principals and all the teachers accountable and responsible for you to learn, to give you what you need to be successful, I'm gonna hold you accountable too. Hello, everyone. So I'm Dr. Montañez. You know who I am? Superintendent. Ooh! What does that mean, superintendent? When we go to school, we hear a lot from our parents. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job. I think of it a little different. Go to school, get good grades, and become an entrepreneur. Become your own boss. As a young man, I had to make many choices. I was homeless, I lived in the street, and I had to make a choice. Do I continue living that lifestyle, or I try to be the best me? Bye-bye.
So we're going from a middle school to an elementary school next. We're on our way to MLK Elementary on Camp Street.
Dr. Montañez, I'm your superintendent. How you doing? Let's see if the old man can teach you a trick. Uh-oh, well, maybe he might be teaching me a trick. Look at you. What's your name?
Anthony.
Anthony. Let me adjust my eyes. What you know about that? Here you go. Come on. You're not gonna reach for it? There you go, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. You got me, Anthony. I'm too old for this game. Oh, awesome. And yourself?
Good to see you.
Always a pleasure. How's everything? I'm a hug. Just checking in on people, see how you're feeling. How socially, emotionally people holding up. How is it working? How is it feeling? Do you feel that the culture is changing a little bit? What can I do to make it better?
Next year, our counselor is going from 3 days to 5 days. So that's great that's great for us. We had a pizza party so far. We had ice cream.
Wait. No. What you shouldn't have said is I didn't come for pizza. I didn't come for ice cream. What happened there? You know how you have a principal? They're responsible for the school. I'm responsible for all the schools. I'm responsible for all the teachers, all the principals, all the students. So when you show people that they need to respect you, they have no choice but to respect you. As a parent, you have a voice.
Okay.
And as a parent, you should be able to see this should be the norm. They should be in every school.
I appreciate it.
Good morning. What's your name?
Julius.
Julius. Hey, that's an awesome name. What grade are you in?
4th.
Okay, how you doing in school?
Good.
Whoa. You kind of thought like, good. Say fabulous.
Fabulous.
That's right, because that's who you need to be every day in school. You're fabulous, right?
We've wrapped up our tour here at the Martin Luther King Elementary School. Now we're going to Hope High, where the doctor knows very well. That's where he went to school when he was homeless. Doctor, what's it like being back in this building?
It brings back a lot of memories when I was attending Hope. Come on. How you been? How you been? As you know, I attended Hope for a few years. I didn't get to graduate from here. I didn't have the honors.
You walked from Roger Williams Park to Hope High School.
Yeah, many times. Many times. A long time ago, I was a student here and I did theater. And my theater teacher, who helped me unlock the door of success for me, found out that I was homeless. And then that's when the day I had to make a decision. Because in my mind as a young man, I said, oh, wow, he found me in the street. He found out where I was living. He'll have to report it. I didn't know what was going to come after that. So that's when I stopped going to school because of that.
You learned to read here, right?
Yes. Yes.
Most people would not think that. You learn to read in elementary school.
I not only learned to read, but I learned through the arts, through Mr. Coley, who was the art teacher at the time. I knew everyone's part by hearing it, but I had difficulty reading it. He was able to take time out of his day to actually show me some strategies on how to read, how to become a better reader.
You know, you're talking about the arts. Just look at these walls here and the murals that the kids did in an after-school program when you really think about that. What do you think about when you look at these figures?
It's awesome. I look at it and it's an expression of what our students are going through. And it's an expression of what they feel. We have a unified curriculum. We have guidance counselors, we have social workers, we're adding in elementary APs, assistant principals, where they didn't have before.
You get emotional when you walk into this building?
At different levels. I've been in the building several times since becoming an administrator and since becoming the superintendent. I remember when I used to walk in the back for the breakfast. There was many choices that I had to make in order to become the person that I am. Sometimes having to sleep around the school because that's, you know, find a little warm spot, or having to walk all the way back to Roger Williams Park for the night and then come back.
When you see some of these kids, do you see yourself?
All day, every day. Let me ask you a question. What can you control? This was my calling. My calling is to work with students because I'm able to share my life story. And sometimes you see that you're making a connection with individuals, that voice or that moment when they say they're not in this alone. There's someone that understands what they're going through.
You have around your wrist a cross. You're a person of faith.
Very much so.
That drive you?
Yes.
It's important for you in life?
Yes. Very. Don't leave home without it. Yeah. Roger Williams Park, my home, my old home. When I drive with my grandchildren, I remind them, no, this is where Pappy, they call me Pappy. This is where Pappy or G Pappy used to, had to stay. And it's hard for them to make that connection.
So what does it feel like to be back here?
I drive by here often, and I always seem to, as I drive, I can't drive without looking over.
To where you were sleeping?
It's a reminder of how far we've come, but it's also a reminder with some of the struggles. When we point it out now, it's like it hits you a little different than when you just drive by. It can get emotional. It's almost like a running joke with some of my grandkids or my wife is, did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you that was yeah, it's deja vu. You told me already, so it's great. I can't complain. Living a life fuller, happier than I've ever did before.
Doctor, behind this fence right here is where you actually slept.
Many times.
1985?
84, 85-ish.
What was that like sleeping out in the park?
Some days it was tough, some days it was here, some days it's just wherever you found a spot where you can sleep, but the majority of the time was coming here because I felt safe here for some reason. There was a tree here which is no longer here, and I felt safe there for some reason.
Had to be cold at night. How'd you stay warm?
If you take a picture over there, that leaves, like dry leaves like that, were my bedding, or sometimes you take newspaper and put it inside your clothing just to help you keep warm.
How'd you eat?
School.
So the school lunch program and breakfast program was big for you?
Yeah, that was big.
So where was your family in all this? You all by yourself this whole time?
No, for some time my family was here, but there were situations that I didn't want to deal with, so decided to go on my own.
You're lying in this park, trying to sleep every night, and you're going to school. What goes through your mind when you're just looking up, at the stars? You're a kid.
You're looking at the next minute. You're not thinking long term. You're thinking about how to survive at that moment.
What does young Javier think when he's in this park sleeping, that it's not possible that someday I'm going to be the superintendent of schools in Providence?
Oh, no. I didn't know what the next day was going to bring, and that's what I said. I wasn't thinking that far ahead.
From being homeless here to having hope, that drives you every day?
Absolutely. If we don't have hope and we don't believe, what's the purpose?
After 3 school visits and a visit here to Roger Williams Park, now we go back to the superintendent's office so he can take care of some business. It's almost noontime and the superintendent is back into the office for a development and hiring meeting.
What's the projected period before we share with administrators?
We're here in the superintendent's office, the book, Curious George. That's how you learn to read?
It's one of the books that I used when I started reading. Not that one, but I started with the smaller books, and then over the years, I was able to read. Someone gave me that one, and I've been reading it. I read it to the students, and I also go back and remind myself how closely related I was to Curious George and how I looked at life itself.
So how many emails do you have here?
Almost 824. In the box I'm looking at right now, 692.
How are you going to take care of that?
Don't sleep.
It's 2 o'clock and we're at the Rhode Island State House where several communities will be honored for their advanced placement programs.
To achieve this goal, they have developed and implemented an AP policy, convened their AP teachers, and identified potential future AP students. Providence Public Schools.
We're packing things up here at the State House. We're heading back to the superintendent's office where he'll meet with the Teach for America Core group and then a baseball game.
We have almost 23,000 students, and that's who I will work day, night, no sleep, whatever it takes, whatever they need to make sure that we meet the students where they're at and do the wraparound services that they need in order to be successful.
So you just got done another meeting, a virtual meeting.
Yes.
Where you were actually kind of acting like a cheerleader, really trying to get
Absolutely.
people inspired.
Absolutely.
And now we're going to a baseball game where you can cheer on the kids.
Absolutely. Ooh, nice. It's important. It's important to celebrate all these little wins. When we look back several years from now and look at all these little wins and figure out how these little wins had a huge impact in Providence.
Congratulations.
How are
The
you?
City of Providence made the right choice.
Thank you, brother. How you doing?
It's 5:45 in the afternoon after some softball. We're not done yet. We got to go to another meeting. It's a 3-hour board meeting with the superintendent.
To keep building on this positive momentum. And soon enough, when we look up and look back a few years, we're gonna see that all these small wins had ended up to being a huge impact in Providence Public Schools.
And that wraps up our latest 12 on 12 digital original, 12 hours with Providence School Superintendent Dr. Javier Montañez. For our chief videographer, John Valella, producer, Jen Quinn, I'm Mike Montecalvo. Thank you for watching.